Well, this is my Irrlicht game, which I decided to use the theme of post-apocalypse, and to move about, you need to use the arrow keys. I tried to do WASD, however, that would do like some sort of weird problem where it would uh, just exit the game. It would start the program. The program would start, but it would exit immediately. I also have sound in the background as well. Um, it's like the background music that took about 20 minutes to do, really. And the music is also done by me. I made everything in here besides the skybox, which I found off the internet, and the terrain, which I use the terrain in the Irrlicht tutorials. I've also got collision, as you can see, with the terrain. Unfortunately, the gravity's a bit weird. I can go up, but I just keep going back down again. Well, I mean, I can go up quite high, but yeah, it sort of just slowly falls back down. Also got collision on objects and buildings. Yeah, this is meant to be a bus shelter, so I can't run through it, but I can definitely go in it like that. And with buildings as well, got collision on that. Well, that was a bit of a clip in there. That's fine. And collision here as well. Um, I've got 7 buildings in total. Some of them have slight differences. There are slight variations. So, for example, on this one here, it's very much damaged. There's a huge chunk of it missing. While on this one, it's completely fine. And it's the same over here. We have this sort of variation where it's completely destroyed. Still some of the paint from the orange building. But then we go over here, and that same building is pretty much completely fine, or the same sort of model and stuff. Well, it's a different model, but I used this model, that model as the basis for this model. Some things I wanted to do were I wanted to get the camera in as well, which I would have used. I wanted to try and use a sort of the character object as the basis for WASD. However, unfortunately, the amount of time I spent on WASD controls, it sort of damaged the amount of time I could spend on other things. Another issue I had was that I had the program under A64, which it was meant to be a X64, sorry, which is meant to be AMX86, which essentially broke the game for about 2 weeks, and I didn't know what the issue was until someone spotted it out for me. Other objects I have 5 odd objects in total. I have this tree stump, which again has collision, and these trees. You saw one of the objects a little while ago. That was the bus shelter. This is 4, and then a 5th one here, which is meant to be like a lamppost. Yeah. Performance-wise, it runs very smoothly on my PC. So on my laptop, sorry. So no issues there. Which to be expected. I think it uses like 14% of the CPU. So it runs quite fine. In terms of other things I wanted to try and do, I wanted to try and be able to run this on the XP machine. However, unfortunately, as I stated before, last time I tried to do that, actually, it ended up breaking the game for like 2 weeks, like I already mentioned that before. But yeah, so that's it for my the game. A few missing things as well, like water as well. I was going to do that next, but unfortunately, I just ran out of time. And then there was also animation and billboards, which again I didn't find the time to do. That's because I spent more time trying to work on these buildings and trying to get the placements right for them, as that was another issue I had with the game, was just trying to find where to place these buildings. A bit of clip in there, but yeah. So that's it for a game, and cheers.